I met this man that liked being choked. I downgraded. Maybe one of them was a man, but these people are boys. She's eating it up. Who sends vagina pics? I most certainly am not gonna show my coochie on camera. Can see it from the back, not from the front. Only boy in my world. Only boy in my world. Happy Galentine's Day. Happy Galentine's Day, bitches. To all my ladies watching this, hi. We're about to have a Tana Mongeau moment. We're about to have a Trisha Paytas moment because I'm gonna sit on this screen on Valentine's Day, do some makeup, and talk about my last year of situationships. So let's get started. Starting off with my favorite ultra moisturizing cream. Ladies, remember, your looks to last long is for yourself. And I'm gonna be a total fucking MILF when I'm older, so keep applying those facial creams, retinol solutions, clindamycin shit, everything. Just keep on applying. I can't tell you how frustrated I am with realizing how the world works. The more I get into my 20s, the more I realize that time is really not slipping away. I mean, I'm thinking that it's supposed to all happen all at once, and I'm supposed to have it right away. But I have figured, literally it took me maybe 3 months ago to just really notice that I need to just be there in life, and I need to let it happen, and I need to let it slow down, and I need to let it go fast. I need to just let it happen. There's nothing that can change a certain moment or a certain issue. There's nothing about those problems that's ever gonna change if I'm constantly worrying, thinking, or struggling about it. So this year is gonna be a way better year. Taking some Fit Me foundation. I've just got back on this stuff. Was my high school favorite. Tried doing the Fenty, tried doing the MAC, and I'm just saying, like, the cheaper products just look better on my face. Or they're like much lighter. Like, maybe it's because like the stuff isn't, you know, so materialized. I don't know. I started last year with the feeling of self-hate. I wasn't focusing on men at that point because when I moved over to the college that I was going to at the time, I met a lot of men. I met a few different breeds of boys. Sorry, they're not men. These people are boys. Maybe one of them was a man, but these people are boys. I got to exploring. I met a guy that had a rape allegation against him and then continued to have another one and told me about it, and I'm like, I just don't understand, because usually if, you know, not just one or two women are confessing to that, maybe you did peer pressure them and rape them. And I could tell from the way that when we first started talking, he was very ignorant, very non-caring, doesn't want a relationship, blah blah blah, like, you know. As soon as that thing came out, the whole college started hearing about it. He started texting me more, and I'm like, do I look like a girl that just... Do I look like a woman that would just let that shit slide? No fucking way. No, my man would not do that. Like, anyways, so I met that type of breed. I met this man that liked being choked. He wanted me to choke him. I loved it. I love this man. This one that wanted me to choke him, I absolutely loved him. I don't know why, dude. He was so like... He made me feel like a powerful woman in the weirdest way possible. Not just the choking, it was everything else he does. And I'm currently talking to this guy again on this day. I'm getting laid. He's like, I like crazy women. I'm like, well, okay, well, by the time I'm 30, if I'm not married, you're marrying me and we'll be crazy together. Made that pact with this dude. So this is actually like very like, I don't know, like one of those like super like cute relationships that like are, it's not a relationship, it's not a situationship, but it's like a pact. I'm going too far back. I told myself that I knew what I wanted at this point, that I was changing, I was going to therapy, I was trying to become somewhat of a better person to make me understand why I don't have that like significant other that wants to stay around or wants to be with me. First of all, babies, if you're hearing me and you're like, well, it's obviously you, like, no. I want you also to tell yourself that it's not you. It's not the reason why you're single. You are not the reason why you're single. There are people in this world that are just not ready, and when it comes to soulmates, they're everywhere. There's multiple of them in different cities. But if you're in this like area and you're not finding that person around you, you need to just tell yourself when you are ready, who you want. There's no point in settling. Okay, so got the base, looking pale as shit. I'm gonna put some concealer on and some maybe liquid bronzer. So after that, I did go back on Tinder. This is the way our generation finds people. I'm sorry, like, I have tried and shot my shots with people in real life. Some went good, some went bad. But Tinder is mainly where I'm from, is used as a hookup app. I've had multiple men on that app tell me, yeah, it's made for hookups. Like, it's for only hookup. Don't tell me that, no. In the beginning of 2023, I had a giant crush in the beginning of the year. Obviously still, even though I was dealing with my own sort of emotions, I had a huge giant crush on my cousin's friend. So we would go over to their parties and I would see him, but I would never make the move. He even told my cousin that I was pretty, and I still couldn't get myself to talk to him. I was in like the weirdest place in my life, and I knew I wasn't being myself at that point too, because I'm a talker. Look at me sitting on this camera right now talking for multiple minutes. It should have been so easy, should have been so fun. That could have been something, but instead I was so fucking afraid. And then I went and got on Tinder again, and the first guy that I met off of Tinder was a bartender. Yep. I was like, oh yeah, like, I guess he's a bartender. Like, don't trust a man that has to stay up at night feeding drunk people. Don't trust a man that's around drunk people every night. And then also likes getting drunk himself and partying too. Like, I should have just guessed it, but he was 24 and I was 19 at the time. He's gotta be one of those like older people that's like willing to settle. Not settle, you know. It's like getting to the end of their lifespan. And they want to find a girl that's like younger than them, and then they have babies with each other. Like, I was so delulu in the beginning of the year. I was going through my delulu stages, and that's deadass how I thought it was gonna go. Talked for 3 months, and he basically led me on. Like, he came over multiple times, he made me cocktails. I thought it was like, oh, the hottest thing. This guy that's a bartender is making me a fancy like cinnamon. He would put the cinnamon and sugar by Cinnamon Toast Crunch cinnamon and sugar spread stuff over oranges, and we played games and stuff. He had washboard abs. Like, I just knew from the start, and he had blonde hair. This is like not my type. I knew from the start, like, this wasn't it. This guy is alright though, nice and stuff. But basically was just like, he would come over, which by the way, I lived with my sister and my brother at the time, and he would come over, say hi to them, and we'd go to my room. Like, that's it. We'd just get drunk and then have sex. I need to write this shit in a journal every time I end like a night with a man, and I need to write it in there, and I need to list all the red fucking flags, because I'm hearing myself talk about this and I'm like, you're talking about how you're a relationship girl and you want a relationship, but you're messing with these shitty ratchet ass men. Like, fuck me. I'm like, shit. So after that point, I got singular. Focus on myself. I had a job at one point where I was at marketing, like, did their TikToks. This bitch This woman was a cunt. But I started doing that stuff after I finished with that guy. I went to my sister's wedding. Like, I was single and I was thriving. I felt on top of it. And then I found a guy that had his Tinder profile as a looking for a relationship type. And at that time, I was imprinted in my brain by my own fucking mother that I needed to not settle. What is it? What's the word that I'm thinking of? I needed to pick someone that's not about looks. You know, just find someone that's nice. Like, my mom like told me that I was going too hard. What is it called? What am I trying to say? She basically just told me that I was too picky. And so I told myself, yeah, like, I'm not really into looks that much, but there's certain like characteristics about someone, maybe like their eyes, their eyebrows, their lips, their face structure. It could be like the littlest things and I would still be attractive to a person. I mean, at that time I was like, okay, sure, I'm gonna go for someone that I would not see myself with. So I did. I swiped right with this guy. We talked. He came to my fucking birthday party. He came to my 20th birthday party and met my family and everything. After that, everything just became weird. I make sure that these men know that I'm a communicator from the very start. They will see me in their inboxes speaking to them. And if they're not communicating in a way that I can communicate to them, it's over. It's over on my end. So after 3 months of this man basically leading me on, he actually just told me, he's like, yeah, like, I've been thinking this real through and like, I don't think I'm ready for a relationship. And I'm like, really? That's funny, because I mean, this is like the only reason why I'm still talking to you. You know? That it was not the sex. And it was not your looks. It was not what you do for a living either. This dude worked at a Tractor Supply. None of it was really, like, I thought he was kind of funny, you know? I thought, you know, I'm funnier. And after that, I was broken. I was just like, I downgraded for this man? And he still didn't want me? After that, I didn't go on Tinder. No, I did not. I did not go on Tinder. And then I went on Tinder. All right, time to take a little breaky break. Because if you made it this far, you're a real OG, a real bitch. You're a real pussy pop. And let's hit a blinker. I can't tell you guys how funny this is. But yes, I do smoke weed, but it is Valentine's Day, so fuck you, bitches. Let's just say don't show my mom. Let's just say don't show my mommy this. Don't show mommy this. Anyways, if you're over the age of 18, please don't watch this part. Skip past. Here's the time you want to skip past. Right here, I have my live resin pen. It's bussin'. And I'm gonna try to hit a blinker. I don't know if you're supposed to see it right here, but wish me luck. I haven't done one of these in a while. I watched a video of these people. I think it's in Canada, but this guy goes around asking people to hit blinkers in a mall, and it's so fucking funny to me. Anyways. Good morning, USA. All right, guys. Let's get back. That was a wild adventure, but now I want to start putting some makeup on me because I got a pale blank canvas and we're gonna fill it up because I want to match this and I want to take a cute, sexy photo or something like that. I'm definitely gonna dig into some of this, definitely the shimmers, this pink shimmer, and maybe some of this dark pink. And then I'm gonna use the James Charles palette, cause girl, I just opened my James Charles palette to that. I must have dropped it so hard or something. Oh, so this part is broken now. Well, that's actually dope because that means this is all magnetic. All magnetic. Anyways, I'm gonna use the pink from that and I'm definitely gonna get it stained. It's definitely gonna get stained. Everything I do is gonna get stained, so let's do it up. I'm gonna start off with the light color pink over the eyelids. And I think I'm gonna do the full eyelid with pink. I just feel like that's gonna come out to look good. I want it all up on the eyelid. And around, I think there was like something darker on my brush, so I'm really mad about that now, but as long as it transfers the same color onto the other one, I'll be fine. I should have shaved my unibrow. Please don't look at there. We like girls with unibrows, right? No wonder why you're single. Okay, so once I got back on Tinder, obviously again, because that's how the world works, I met a few people from my high school because I had moved back here to my high school area, got an apartment, so I started matching with people that I went to high school with. Even one of my high school crushes. I was very intrigued with it, but I knew that he didn't want a relationship. And I just don't think we're really the big fit. Like, we would be a swag mom and dad. Like, my husband's an engineer and he's smart. No, it didn't seem like it was gonna work out. And in that time, I was also already talking to another kid that was in the grade below me. He wanted to be a trucker, and I was like, I don't know why, but why do I have to be like so supportive of like a man at first? Like I love men so much. Like, men, you want to not work for the rest of your life and want me to work and watch the kids? Yeah, sure, I can do that. Why does that happen to a woman when they first start talking to us? So like, I just wasn't like caring, wasn't even thinking that we would be like together because of how every Tinder thing has worked for me in the past year. So I know we just like met up a few times. He first was like treating me good, and then like the second time we tried talking, you know, it just seemed like he's like, yeah, I don't want anything. Like, why do they do that? Why do they take you on dates, treat you all right, and then they're like, I don't really want anything, actually? Like, why the fuck would you push so hard? Why do you hit a home run so fast? You know, and it's because there's women like me that let them. There are people like me that will let them sometimes. So, ignored him, started talking to the other one a little bit, didn't think we didn't go on dates, we never even met each other after like meeting each other and having each other on Snapchat, because I went and had the balls to ask a coworker that had just came to my work, and I knew he was moving to Arizona, so I was like, yep, like, this is my chance. Like, he had the same type of vibe as me. We started vibing at work, and I was just like, he shot his shot basically, but I put him on my private story and it showed my ass. This is what life has been waiting for. Not everyone in this generation thinks of love like me, because to be honest, if I could find someone that I have a really good connection with and interest with, it doesn't matter how far away they are, that could last forever. Like, obviously I would get to a settling point further on and be like, yeah, let's like move in together and stuff, but I'm not like someone that rushes into that. I want that like connection of just like having that thrill of love and like wanting each other, and I was like fine with it. We talked for a bit, and it actually was like 5 or 6 days ago that we stopped talking, because not only did I not take the first red flag a week ago, when a boy asks you, are you like one of those girls that hates men? and you're like talking to this dude, calling him daddy, saying how obsessed you are you one of those women that just hate men? I'm sorry, so is there supposed to be like a dialogue in my head where I have a book of like men have rights? Like, am I supposed to be sitting there praising men? I can't tell you guys how many times this didn't go through his head. Every time I would just I would be that bitch. I literally was like, yeah, I do like men. Like, there are a lot of good men. Why would I ever do that? Why would I ever do that in the first place? He's telling me how much he hates women. Why am I still talking to him? I just wish that I could just beat the shit out of myself. I wish I could just beat the shit out of myself when it's happening. Like, I get it if it's like we're living in this generation where women are becoming more stronger and independent, and not needing the bullshit of a man, not needing to have some sort of masculinity in their life. God forbid I just like a man. God forbid it is so hard being a woman. And that's just not good enough. It's not good enough. What does he want? A woman that likes men? Does he want a woman that's just gonna cheat on him? You want a woman to praise men as much as you do, boo? Go ahead. You're gonna be fucking sad for the rest of your life. I don't know about you guys, but if I was a man, I would want a crazy bitch that would just want me, and would fucking cut a man if she would get touched. If a man were to come up and hit on her anywhere and she would cut him, oh, you think you're tough shit, bitch? No, I want to be able to just have someone that loves me. This is at a time where I'm watching like This Is Us, and the dad absolutely loves that mom. He loves her with all of her heart. Like, watching it made me severely depressed, because I'm like, why can't I have that sort of love in my life? And it just feels like I'm not getting closer to it. And I'm getting on the phone with this man that I'm telling myself I'm in love with, or telling myself that I like him a lot, and he's comparing me to every woman that hurt him, every woman that exists, and everything. You want me to compare you to fucking Jeffrey Dahmer? You want me to compare you to Jeffrey Epstein? Is that his name? You want me to compare you to Epstein? Do you want me to compare you to every like mask rapist, murderer, like man alive? I don't know who needs to hear this. I genuinely think, women or man, there are shitty people in this world, and you'll find the right ones and you'll find the wrong ones. That's it. That's how easily I let this situation go. The first time in 5, 6, 7 years that I've been dating or experiencing with men, this one I let it go so easily, and I thought like he was the coolest person alive at first, but after all of that happened, I just was like, these mentally ill boys out there that I am trying to fix are never gonna be fixed. And I need to stop trying, and I need to let that shit go. And you know what? Honestly, 5 days, it's like 4 days later from the last time I talked to that dude, and I am perfectly fine. Alright, so for Galentine's Day, now that I got all of my romantic, terrible relationships over, Galentine's Day this year is different, because I'm not crying at Olive Garden with my ex-boyfriend that's treating me like shit. I am sitting with myself and my feelings, and I'm feeling good about it. I went and saw my friends yesterday. They were so fun. We had a Galentine's Day party, obviously, for the Galentine's Day girlies. So the next part of my Galentine's Day ritual, which I feel like I should do this every year. You girls, you girlies, you girlies. You guys need to understand how much I love self-wellness. So we're going to be talking about my favorite, drumroll please, wait. Drum roll, please. Sex toys of the year. I experienced 2 different ones this year that I liked. I don't really go crazy with it, and I don't have like a box of sex toys, but I just got onto this and I'm like, I feel like Trisha Paytas. I feel like I'm about to be sponsored by Adam and Eve. I actually do Plus One, and I did try to get sponsored by them actually, so maybe in the next year we will. I think this one is from Skins, which is a they're a condom brand, Skins, but basically it looks like this. Yeah, I don't want to scare you guys. Yeah, it's a fucking, you see the ripples on it? That's a tongue. She's eating it up. Eating it up. Look at that ripple. It's got, I believe it's got 4 settings on it. We're gonna test it out. That's the first setting. I wonder if you can hear that. Okay. Next setting is even stronger. And then, okay, even way stronger. It's got a mind of its own. Yeah, this tongue one I think is my favorite. And it's gonna lead me into a story now, which is perfect because I need to finish this eye look. These two are completely different bitches. Okay, a little bit better. So when I was younger and experimenting sexually, I wasn't experimenting really on other people. It was more of just trying to figure out my body. It was like the hormone monster was there. She helped me out. So basically I was at this age where I had this friend and she was like a little bit younger than me, but she's just like talking to a guy. And at the time I sent a lot of nudes in high school. Honestly, I am gonna be scared for my kids' generation and how that's gonna go about, because I don't want to know. As long as they're just doing something that's morally okay, because sending nudes to another person, that's fine. But morally, like, speaking, I don't want my kid to turn out like so fucked up. So she asked me, she's like, hey Brooke, like, how do you make yourself come? And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, she's like, how do you masturbate? And I was like, oh, you never tried? And she's just like, I've tried. It's just like I'm putting my finger in the hole and it's it's literally not doing anything. My experience, I remember, I obviously first, everyone tries it first in the hole because they think that's like the way of masturbating. Like, if you are watching this and you're like, it is. No, it's not. It's most definitely that clitoris. You gotta find that clit. Once you find the clit, you could be solid rocking for the whole fucking rest of your life. My whole life, I was the funny person. I was the funny to be around girl. Like, all of the girls wanted to be like friends with me and stuff. It wasn't like all of the boys wanted me, all of the men wanted me, like blah blah. No, it was never that. I was always that funny person, but I knew how to like satisfy myself in that way as a teen. And obviously I felt like that little like gross horny boy, you know, growing up. Like, looking back at it still, I feel that way and talk that way, but really I'm glad that I experienced that way, because a lot of women immediately go into sexual habits with a person, and that person doesn't understand, and they will probably, I know out there that there are multiple women that's never had a man make them come. I think maybe once, for me, honestly. But it's just like, have they ever, like, they never had like a themselves make them come. Like, they've never really experienced masturbation in their own way. So I explained to her how I usually do it, and it blew her rocking mind. And ever since then, I just was like, this is all insane to me. Because, like, to be honest, what was she going to do? Send it to a man that also doesn't know where a woman's clitoris is? Looking at a vagina. Who sends vagina pics? Vagina pics. Please. Please, who sends vagina pics? Who does that? I most certainly am not gonna show my coochie on camera. Coochie on camera for anyone. Even if boudoir shirts, hide my coochie. Can see it from the back, not from the front. Ooh, I like it. I got these hearts from, if you guys watched the last video I made about Shein, you definitely should. It was a good editing style for me, and I liked how funny I was in it. I think this will come in handy, actually, if I can figure out how to open it. Look at this handsome boy. He just got a cleaning. The only boy in my world. The only boy in my world. Can you look up? You think you're looking at that mirror, but you gotta look up here. Purring. He just got a bath, so he's very, 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 very clean. Okay, guys. These hearts are low-key kind of cute. So what I'm thinking is I'm gonna put the blush over top of these. Now let's try to blush. I heard that this gives you acne, but Benefit's Rockstar Blush is my favorite blush on me. So I hope it, I don't know if that goes good. Rex. By the way, fit check. I'm literally wearing a skirt. My tennis skirt with this cutie patootie thing that I got for Valentine's Day. I'm doing it all up here, all around. Okay, girls, if you're watching this and every time you make a makeup look and you put on lashes and it's like a really colorful makeup look, just color the lashes, take some concealer, and then put some eyeshadow over it. Please, baby girls, you will thank me later. I just love exotic makeup. I love exotic people. So I hope that you take that advice because it doesn't hurt to put a little extra into it. Also, let's try to peel this. That's not that bad, I guess. I ruined it by doing that. Nothing a little smudging won't do. The fact I just fixed that immediately. Whoa. The only man that needs attention from me today is my cat. Oh my god. I gotta push it in more, obviously, but you get the gist of what it's gonna look like. The look is coming together. I'm gonna try to put very Barbie pink lips on and see what happens. I don't think I'm gonna like this at all, but we're gonna find out. Okay. I'm like, This is not your look kind of gal. This is not your look. Maybe. Okay. I think I do like this. I need to fix myself though. I feel like something's off. Me thinking a pink dress would help. Maybe it did. Maybe it did. Okay. I'm gonna end this video here because I'm all pinked out, dolled up, let some emotions out. I really thought through some things, and let's just say I hope you guys have an amazing Galentine's Day. And if not Galentine's Day and you're having a Valentine's Day, please make sure that they are treating you right, respecting you, and giving you what you want, because in the end, you are the one that dies alone, baby. And don't waste your time. Don't waste years on anyone that needs fixing. I love you guys. Also, buy yourself a new vibrator.